Hey everybody, today we're going to unbox these two Azrael figures. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and today we're going to unbox these two Azrael figures. So, I got these off of fucking eBay of all places. Basically, the idea is that I love Azrael, and if you're a longtime watcher of the channel, you know that. I fell in love with this character's costume back in, I don't know, the early 2000s or late 90s, reading a Toys R Us 10-pack that had a lot of Knightfall Azrael comics in it, a Batman one. And so I love this Azrael costume. And this one on the right here is the Suit of Sorrows variant from the McFarlane version of Azrael. We'll call him Azrael version 2. But these are both produced by Todd McFarlane as part of the DC Multiverse one. The Suit of Sorrows is basically a paint variant of the one I've already unboxed on the channel here, which is the, what is it? Sean Murphy White Knight Azrael. So it's got a little bit of that and a little bit of the McFarlane stuff with the white cloak. McFarlane, of course, has his own action figure that's out there from many, many years ago. I do have that. That's pretty awesome. So we're going to put this guy to the side and get to him second because I'm so interested in this Azrael one. Yes, I have my ring light on my reflective white table, so you will see some reflections, but the idea is to give you guys enough lighting to see the dang character. So as always, I have pre-sliced the plastic over here so I can get them out. So you're going to excuse me for the noise. This is a gold label figure. Both of these are. And these are basically like, I don't know, I guess you would call them like hard to find McFarlane stuff. Sometimes they're exclusive to Walmart. I think the Azrael one was. Sometimes they're exclusive to Target. Doesn't actually say. Why should we do gold label collections, Todd? Like, I get the paint variant being a gold label, but the Azbats, an entirely new sculpt. Oh, bump the camera there. An entirely new sculpt of a character, like, that should not be a gold label figure, in my opinion. That should be a mass market thing, because this guy just looks so cool. I remember them telling a story about the Batman armor and the Superman armor from Wave 1 when they were doing the multiverse stuff, and how well those sold because of the amount of plastic he was putting in for these like $20 figures. And at the same time, if those armored ones sold, why wouldn't the Azbats Batman armor, as you call it here, Azrael Batman armor, sell as much as those other guys? This is insane. So let's get the plastic out. Here's the back of the box. This is a Kelly Jones piece from, I think, a Detective Comics cover. Maybe it was Batman something. Oh, no, it was Batman right there. But anyway, awesome, awesome stuff. So this costume is one of the variants of the Azrael Batman costume. This was originally designed by, I want to say, Joe Quesada. And he didn't do any art for it in the book. Like, it originally debuted in Batman number 500. So we're on, what, Detective Comics 1000, Batman 500 is coming in 100 issues or so. And so this is about halfway ago, I guess you would say, of the publishing history. But anyway, kind of designed by Joe Quesada. It was originally illustrated by Mike Manley. And this is the original version of the Azbats costume, as we'll go through probably in a later video, who the hell knows. But anyway, this is Jean Paul Valley in this costume. He is the successor to Batman in the events of Knightfall. If you want to read his story, go read Knightfall. Let's pop him out here so we can get a closer look. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna look for these damn plastic tabs because this thing is worse than my daughter's like Bratz dolls or whatever the fuck. OMG dolls. Stuff's going everywhere. Got my little knife here. There's some on the ankles that I don't think we're going to be able to get with that. Here's one on the waist. Can we get to the back of it? No, the cape's in the way. So yeah, these things are a hell of a pain to do an unboxing for, and it makes for terrible content because this plastic is so loud. There we go. There's one, at least. Oh, there's two there. Two. Like, seriously, look how far down he is in this plastic. Do you think he's coming out of this vacuum form plastic? I don't think so. I would say unnecessary plastic strips. And other people would say, Brent, that's a gold label figure. That's a collector's item. To which I would say, you don't understand. My love of Azrael and my desire. There we go. My desire to have him out of the box so I can play with him. All right, so I've seen this figure before, and this is going to be the one thing you're going to see. These claws are not blue. They should be silver. Everything else looks pretty good. I said my one complaint probably is that the vacuum form plastic messed up his, I always called them epaulets, but whatever, the arm guards here. As usual, nice articulation with McFarlane. That got that double shoulder action here. A little bit of paint slop on this elbow. That's unfortunate, but whatever. This is like, honestly, I mean, I got the, what was it? The DC Direct costume of the Knightfall Azrael costume of that. And this is pretty damn close. Like, this is cooler. It's a little bit bigger. That one was a 6-inch figure. This one is 7 on the scale. So he's a little bit taller. And I love to do this. Can he stand on his own test? He does. That's fantastic. Gotta love that. But yeah, I really do like McFarlane's elbows. And if I can get this elbow to turn. There we go. So yeah, all sorts of stuff here. Another nitpick, the neck should be a different color. I believe it, right? What is it on here? I believe it's supposed to be like silver. Not necessarily blue, but I get it. But I mean, like, if you're going to mold this guy in one color or two different colors, like, and you're going to paint the gold here, why couldn't you paint his claws, so to speak, or paint the neck? Like, all you got to do is pop the head off and paint that. Like, it's not that difficult, but lots more articulation on this guy than the DC Direct version of the figure, so I'm going to hand it to him there. The color of the blue is a little off. Like, the color of the blue I always thought was a little darker. So this kind of, sky blue, this baby blue, this Justin Timberlake blue is going to throw me off. I guess it's on the right foot. There you go. Yeah, these stands are always a little iffy, so we're just going to toss them to the side. But all in all, I really do like this figure. That's why I bought it. The back of the cape is sculpted very nicely. I love it. It's got a little bit of a Mike Manley feel, like especially in the mask, I think. Although the point of the nose is something that I've never really seen sculpted in 3D. Like, if you can look right here, that little point of the nose makes it feel more cloth than like a helmet. And I've always kind of imagined it more like a helmet, and the way that he takes it off in the comic books and stuff looks more like a helmet. So I guess that's I don't know if it's a nitpick per se, but it looks more like a Mortal Kombat mask here than it does necessarily like a helmet. So yeah, this is the original version of the Knightfall suit. The second version is basically the same thing. He just puts the Knightfall Batman logo on the front. And then after that, you get he goes against Gunhawk in Detective Comics. I want to say it's like 650 or something like that, or 600. It's like a big issue. Maybe it's 575 or 675. That's what it is. But anyway, Gunhawk shoots that guy up, and then he decides to lose the cloth cape and go to the big spikes, which is what the two Mattel costumes have. And those, I have both of those. And then in the Knight's End storyline, that blue version catches on fire and somehow turns red. And that's the final version of the Azrael's costume that you see in Knight's End when he goes up against Bruce Wayne. So lots of modifications. Then later on the Azrael series, that version comes back, but he swaps out the red helmet for a blue helmet, so it's kind of screwy. And that's kind of the last you see of Azbats until DC Rebirth, where they kind of bring that costume back, but don't acknowledge that he was a fill-in for Batman. In certain lighting, this gold looks a little funky. It looks a little darker, but I can dig it. So excited to have this guy out of the box. Put him on the shelf next to my other Azbats figures. I'm basically trying to collect all of the Azbats versions. I think now that I have these Azrael figures, any Azrael figure I'm going to buy, the thing I have left to buy is the Mezco, I believe it is, figure, but that's like $100. So I'm kind of waiting on that to see if the price will go down, if I can see it on sale somewhere, but probably not. All right, let's get the Azrael Suit of Sorrows figure here. Again, this is just a repaint. The only place it says Suit of Sorrows is on the side. It doesn't say like Azrael Suit of Sorrows anywhere else, just says Azrael. So again, this is based on the whatchamacallit, Curse of the White Knight, Sean Gordon Murphy design. So he's got his own trading card here of his picture of his own action figure instead of, I guess, a Michael Lane version, because it's a little bit different. The Michael Lane version, we'll get into it, does not have... He has a flaming sword, but he has two, technically. And this one's way bigger than what he has. And he also does not have the spiked cape, whatever this version is, coming out. It's just a regular, I believe it's a regular cape. He may have a little bit of it. I haven't read it in a while. Again, we got to check for these damn plastic things to keep them inside. Like, seriously, who's going to say that this guy's not going to come out of the vacuum formed plastic? It's insane. Can we do it without knocking the camera over? I don't know. I don't think so. There are two on here again. Jesus. All right, let's go from the back then and do that. So this makes these unboxing videos a little boring. I'm tedious. I'm sorry. This is an old pocket knife. I need to probably sharpen it, but hey. It's getting the job done. Look at that. Boom. There's one here on the sword also. So this is the same sword from the Curse of the White Knight Azrael figure that I have. And it's got the same fire thing, so that's kind of, this is basically just a repaint. Break free! Break free! Yeah, I know. Hey, unboxing videos, you're supposed to take it out of the box, right? Can't, like, not take it out of the box. Urgh. So hard. And those damn toes. Yes, I tossed it to the side. So the nice part about these McFarlane figures is they have toe articulation. The hard part is they put those damn strings around the toes. So yeah, here's his little card here. Got some facts. Jean Paul Valley, blah, blah, blah. So, but this is basically the same information as the White Knight card, I would guess, because it says Jean Paul Valley. And we know it's not. We know it's not, because true Azrael fans, as yourself, would know that this costume did not belong to Jean Paul Valley. It belonged to one Michael Lane, who was first introduced in the Grant Morrison Batman run and then became Azrael in the Volume 2 of that series and has yet to be seen again. He was a ex-cop, a black man, and I really did enjoy his series toward the end. So I have all of the trade paperbacks that collect his series, and there's like a couple issues there in the middle that aren't collected. I have those. So we're going to be going over him in the future at some point here on this channel. So subscribe if you like Azrael content, because I do like that. Okay, so one miss here. They didn't paint the ball joint, right? There's white in the middle of this armored sleeve. And over here, so again, the kind of repaint here is just to make his cloak white and to put the white cross on here and the red face mask as the Michael Lane version. Everything else is kind of the same as with a little bit of variation as the not the Suit of Sorrows, the regular Azrael from Curse of the White Knight. So it's a little bit of a variant. It's a different version of it. Like Michael Lane doesn't have this big shoulder pad or anything like that in his costume. So it's just kind of a cool thing to collect, I guess, to say, hey, I've got the pseudo Michael Lane version of Azrael. Yeah, so you can't really like can you? I thought you could sheath his sword somewhere. Maybe I'm wrong. I do have his sword. I don't have the flames on him on my shelf. I'm looking up at my shelf now. I don't have a flame, so I don't remember where the flames go. Maybe I got it in his other sword. So we're gonna put a sword in here in his right hand, and we're gonna put the flames on. And I do like these flames. They're hard plastic, hard to put on, hard to take off. That's nice. There we go. Boom! Look at that. I'm the angel of vengeance. I'm a tool of God. I'm here to destroy you. Looks pretty neat. Does he stand on its own? I believe the original Azrael does, so this guy does also. Fantastic. So yeah, there you have it. 2 Azrael figures. There goes the box again. Azbats and the Michael Lane variant. Yeah, pick these guys up if you're interested. They're a little old, so I don't think you're going to see them on shelves. You're going to see them online. You're going to see them marked up for a little bit. They went for probably 20 to 25 bucks. You'll probably see them for 30, upwards of 45, 50, maybe 60, because they're a little bit older. Maybe I should have bought them last year or the year prior when they were cheaper, but I kind of waited, and you pay through the nose when you wait sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I gotta love the Azbats figure over here. It has the little feetsies, which I don't think was on the Knightfall DC Direct version of that character. Although I think it is in the Mattel. The Mattel one, though, it does have, I believe the arm things are facing the wrong way. Like they're going down when they should really be going back. But yeah, little details like that, they count. So yeah, 2 new figures. I like these. They're going to go up on my shelf. I'm going to stare at them as I watch TV and work on my teleworking days. So excited to have them as part of the man cave now. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.